Hey everybody, this is Achilles from Suncord Audiolab once again, and in this new video we're going to talk about the importance of being able to describe sound with words. You say boxy, shiny, bright, dark, punchy, edgy, muddy. Sometimes these words are poetic, other times are more to the point. After that, the important thing is that you can translate these words into actions. Turn a knob, lift a fader, but make it sound better, of course. These words don't always register the same way to the client's mind or to the musician's mind as they do to you, to the engineer's mind. So you have to always be sure that you're on the same page. In that concept, I will be also showing you some exceptional plugins from MIA Labs that I recently started working with, and I'm really excited. So I think we can start immediately working on Cubase, and we'll talk more about all of this while working. I prepared some stems for you to work on. It's from a mix I did a while ago from a band called K2. Very cool, heavy rock stoner stuff. Now, when mixing all faders down, remember to change settings on the global meter. Choose to see the input of channels instead of post fader so that you can monitor activity, right? Let's start. Yeah, nice organ, rock organ right there. This is super rough mix, faders and pan pots only, so we're done. Now let's take a look into the room stem. These are ribbon mics, spaced pairs. It sounds quite punchy. That's a word that has to do with dynamics. When there's a sudden sound energy of low frequencies that hits you for a moment and goes away, that's punchy. Fast attacks, bigger decay times. This is also obviously dark. It's not muddy, maybe a little bit dull. All these words have to do with the absence of high and very high frequencies. Because muddy and dull are more like negative words, dark can describe better how this sounds. So it's punchy and it's dark, but it's also warm. And I use that word when something feels natural and spectral friendly to my ears. Warm. This is Border, a smooth high and low pass Butterworth filter, 12 dB per octave. It's totally free and it's really nice too. Find the link in the description box. I'm going to filter out and make this room even darker, but also make it a little bit more tight. I'll show you this compressor from MIA Labs another time. Today we're looking at the Super Bundle. Done. Now let's do the opposite with the overheads. Bright is the opposite of dark. Shiny is very bright. So let's make these overheads quite shiny in contrast with the room stem. And also let's cut out all low frequencies with border. So we can have a more controllable contrast. Right? That should do. Now let's move on to thin. Thin is from MIA Labs, a high shelving equalizer. It has a skimming knob that washes away everything fat and makes it thinner. Thin sound is high pitch, airy, bright. High frequency waves are thinner and faster, right, than low frequencies. There's also a clip LED right here, so you can know when you abuse input. There's also a trim knob to control the output level, very nice. Let's rebalance those two. Let's fast use thin on the kick mic to help out with the attack. All MIA super plugins sounds like they apply compression, but they don't. They just have a very carefully chosen frequency response. You see? Very effective. Alright, let's move on to bass. Let's make the DI channel more massive, fatter with fat. Now fat is a low shelving equalizer, makes everything bigger and heavier. This one, in contrast with thin, has a grease knob. Funny word to use. So you see, bass now is even heavier and it also sounds more tight without any compression. Let's use just a little bit of fat on the snare as well. By the way, there's a D button right here, which the developer suggests should be used for even further delay compensation when used on a percussive channel. This snare also sounds a little bit boxy. Not that much, but I want to use that word right now. That means it sounds like it was recorded in a small room with fast verbs. This is usually improved if you cut out a little bit around the band of 500 Hz. See, not that boxy, but there's a little bit improvement. Nice. Let's move on to the vocals. I want to show you our third super plugin called Muscle, and really works great with vocals and anything that needs nice mids, carefully chosen highs based on our loudness perception. Muscle helps out with loudness and presence without applying any upward compression, though it sounds like it does. This one has a knob called Protein, and I really find this quite funny. Today you can sell anything if you label it with the word protein, not just yogurts, not just milk, not just energy bars.
So clay, 'cause bad times ain't no doctor, yeah.
You see, vocals are dominating now with just one knob. The singer had just consumed a protein shake and he is now more present. Alekos, you are now an alpha male. Congratulations. Right, let's move on to the toms. Let's try them all out. Nice thing with these plugins is that you can really abuse them and they still sound fantastic. Let's use fat to make them huge, use a little bit of muscle so they can be more audible, and let's use thin for more clarity on the attacks, on the hits. Nice. Fat and thin are really effective on toms. I'm now just going to really abuse thin on the hi-hat to make it really crispy. It's crispy because you can actually taste all these fast transients produced by the hi-hat unique release sound. Alright, I'm now going to use these 3 plugins on the master bus, and believe me, they really shine on mastering applications because they have PKF inside them, which is one of the best mastering equalizers in the market by MIA Labs. We'll show that another day, maybe on Wavelab. I will be now silently use these plugins so you can focus on the sound. Great, that's it people, hope you enjoyed this video, learned something. If you like these plugins, go try them out for 14 days. There are also some free versions of these, lighter versions. They're called just MIA Thin, Fat and Muscle, so you can have them too. And the best thing is that you can find a discount coupon right in the description box for these super plugins. And that's it for now. Cheers!